Hi, everybody. Welcome. Another episode of the Dr. Lori Davis Show. Thank you so much for being here. And today we're streaming live on E360 TV, YouTube, Lori Davis Show host, if you Google that, and also streaming live on Self Worth the Missing Link Superstars Facebook page. Well, do I have something to share? If you caught my 5 minutes to no limits yesterday, I talked about how to make it a great day. Remember? Well, I will tell you, you be careful what you put out there because the universe, God, the creator, however you wish to refer to that, your higher power, it doesn't really matter because it's all in the same realm. That will come back to bite you in the butt. So here's what happened. If you recall, I shared I was on my way to a pamper appointment, going to get my nails done, my little treat to myself for the hours I put in. And I said to Ron, maybe I'll take my little car and give it a little run. It has been a while. Or should we just take the truck and you drive me and then I can relax and jump in and out. And so at the last minute, we decided we would take the truck. So we head down through town, get to the highway where we need to make a right-hand turn. There's a yield sign there. And we're slowed down. We're practically at a stop. And Ron is waiting for the traffic to go by. And bam, this guy ran into the back of our vehicle. We were in an accident. Right after I had put out that message, make it a great day. Well, here was my lesson. Okay, was I shaken up? Yes. I felt sick to my stomach? Yes. Did I know how to do all the right things, get the insurance, call the cops? Yeah, I knew how to do all that. But it shook me up and I went. And like a substantial amount of damage to the back of our vehicle. And then I got back in and I made it to my appointment. I texted my technician. I said, I've been in an accident. I am on my way, but I'm not sure. I think I'm okay, a little bit of whiplash. And she said, whenever you get here. So anyway, I got there on time. Can you believe it? And our man who bammed into us, he was very apologetic and very responsible, and he felt badly. And anyway, we exchanged information and off we went. So I thought, wow, I just talked about make it a great day. And I was so super proud of myself because if this had happened to me a few years back, I would have been on the phone canceling my appointment, getting all dramatic, have to go see the cops, got to get the insurance. You know what I did? I went, okay, I am going to go and follow through on my appointment because I made a promise. But secondly, I thought, there's nothing that I have to do now. I can go to the police department when I get back. I can call my insurance agent when I get back. An hour or two is not going to make a difference. And so I had the opportunity because you see, the universe is so good at delivering the lessons. I looked immediately for the gift and I went, whoa, that's how quickly something can happen. Now, did I feel like working the rest of the day? No, I decided, you know what? I'm going to go for my appointment. We're going to go do our due diligence, police department, insurance company, We have to file a claim, of course. And the beautiful thing was, it wasn't our fault. Now, back in the day, the old Lori would have been going, all right, what did we do wrong? How could that have happened? How could this guy just back into us? We must have done something wrong. We must not have. No, that's what I would have done in the past. And I was so proud of myself because I was in a car accident yesterday. Basically, he could hardly get his truck back on the road, and our back fender of our truck is bent, but it was still drivable and we were safe. So I started looking at all the things to be grateful for. Number one, we were not hurt. Number two, it was in the middle of the city at no or low speed. We have insurance. There's so many things that I was grateful for. So did I continue to have a great day? Yes. But I found it extremely profound that I did a 5-minute presentation on make it a great day. And then I had a reason not to make it a great day, but I continued to make it a great day. So that inspired me today to talk about 10 ways to make sure we have a great day, no matter what happens, no matter what phone call we get, no matter what bad news we get. Because at the end of the day, like I said yesterday, we are responsible for making it a great day. So, like I said, the old Lori would have traveled down some highway, feeling sorry for myself, feeling like the victim. And I just refused to go there yesterday. I went, you know what? Stuff happens. And this young man was so sweet. He went, oh my gosh, this is totally my fault. I am so sorry. Like, here's my insurance card, here's my ID. And he was, but I would not have attracted that kind of remorse if we had both jumped out of the truck and been so angry and so, we got out of the truck. We said, oh my gosh, do we need to call the police? And he said, it's probably a good idea. So we called 911. They never came out. They said, are there any drugs and alcohol involved? I said, absolutely not. Are there any fluids on the pavement? No. I just answered a series of questions. And they said, could you drop by the detachment and file a complaint or a report? And I said, well, both drivers are prepared to do that. So we negotiated the whole thing. And we're both insured. That's what we pay insurance for. The police got both of our stories. They were the same story. And it was just an amazing reminder that it is still okay to have a great day, even if something bad goes down. So over lunch, I was talking with Ron and I said, isn't it interesting? We were in a car accident yesterday and there's no animosity, there's no court case, there's no lawyers, there's no anything. Because we all stayed calm. And he took, our driver took complete responsibility for what happened. Now, what happens though if yesterday I'd gotten a phone call, and this is what we talked about at lunch. What if we got a phone call this morning and a family member had passed away or a friend? And Ron is so smart. Like he's 81, he's got so much wisdom. He said, well, what I would do is I would sit and reminisce about all the beautiful ways that person impacted our lives. I wouldn't be, oh no, Grammy died, sister died, because we don't get to control that. We would then revel in the positives and the beautiful life and what this person was able to contribute and what we contributed to them. So today I want to talk about 10 ways to make it a great day, no matter what kind of you know what is hitting the fan. Because we have 100 reasons not to have a great day. I know that. I deal with this every day. I probably talk down 3, 4, 5 people a week from killing themselves. I know about this. And all I talk about is, let's make it a great day. Yeah, you maybe thought about doing that, but let's get you out of there. So the first way to make it a great day is to get up at a decent hour. I was in the office this morning at 7:30. I had gotten up at 6:30. I took my dog for a walk. I had my breakfast. I made my bed. I got dressed, put my face on, and I'm in the office at 7:30. Well, those are decisions. And even though I had an accident yesterday, I could have said, oh, I think I'm going to take the next few days off. I've had an accident. And see, we go there because we know people will be sympathetic. We know people will be okay with that. But the one person that wasn't okay with that today was me. I said, I can't lose a day. I feel good. I had a little bit of a stiff neck when I got home yesterday, but it's all gone. Put some heat on it last night, went to bed early, no meds, and up this morning, no pain. It's attitude. So my suggestion, my first suggestion to make it a great day is get up. And when I put my 2 feet on the floor, I'm so grateful because I'll be 74 in July. You know, I'm on borrowed time now. So 2 feet on the floor, yay. And then the devil, if you believe in the devil, which I don't really, but there's this voice that goes, oh crap, she's still alive. She's still alive. That's the negativity, right? So I go, okay, I'm still alive. So that means I can get up, I can have a bath. And I have a bath, by the way. I don't shower anymore because when I decide to take a bath, it only takes 10 minutes to have a bath. But it's so relaxing and water is such a great healer. And we're not in that kind of country where we can just run down across the street and jump into a warm beach. No. So we have to create our own beach. So mine is my bathtub with a bit of oil, Epsom salts. This doesn't cost anything. And I have had to heat my water up on a stove before getting into my bathtub. I know how that is. So I get up. That's making it a great day. Take my dog out for a walk. That's a great day. Have my bath. That's a great day. Get dressed, get pretty. That's a great day. Have my breakfast. That's a great day. And it's still only 8 o'clock. And when we make our bed, this is a big thing. There's been a lot of research done on this. When we get up and make our bed, then the time that we really appreciate it is when we go to crawl into it at night and it's not all messed up and all over the place. So I make my bed every morning. May not be fancy, doesn't have to be fancy. It's just that I pull the sheets back, puff up the pillows, put my comforter over, and tonight when I crawl in, I can pull it back and crawl into a fresh bed. Really important. And I make sure that I, wash my bedding once a week, even though we shower and we bath and we're clean. That fresh bed, oh my gosh, does that ever feel good? There's no smell, So where we sleep and how we take care of that helps us to have a great day. So that's kind of tip number 1. Get up, make your bed, have your bath or shower, get yourself pretty or whatever, get dressed. I notice that those days that I just want to wear my jammies, I'm not nearly as productive as when I get dressed. If I get up and get dressed, I'm way more productive. Even if it's just a pair of sweatpants and a t-shirt because I'm going to do some housework, that feels better than in your house coat or your nightie. Now, do I have my jammy days? Yes. I take my jammy days. Absolutely, I do. But generally speaking, that's the first way to have a great day. Get up, make your bed, have your shower, comb your hair, brush your teeth, have a coffee, and even if it's only a piece of toast, something in your tummy, because your body's gone a long time without food when you've been in bed for 8, 9, 10 hours. It has no fuel left. So it's important to have something. And by the way, people who have a good breakfast live longer. Yes, we do. Every morning, I'm so proud of my husband. He makes his own breakfast, Ron, and he has oatmeal, which is a power food from childhood. He has that every single day. A little bowl of fruit, a piece of toast with some peanut butter on it, and a tea, and like that is powerful. So sometimes I have found, though, since I've been sick with the cancer, which I'm cancer free right now, I lost my appetite for too much food in the morning, but I still make sure I might have like a half a banana in some yogurt, a cup of tea, half a piece of toast. So start your day. And when we start our day like that, that's called self-care. That's not about being selfish. And if you have a house full of little kitties, oh, I have to share this. Years ago, I recruited a facilitator into our business, and she was in her 70s at the time. And this is why you're not going to be able to use your children as an excuse not to make it a great day. So she had and birthed 14 children herself, a set of twins, and the rest were all single births. I said, "Oh my gosh, how did you do that?" Well, she said, and this formula that I just gave you, she got up, she had her shower, she got dressed. Her kids never saw her in a pair of sweatpants. They have never seen her in her pajamas. I got dressed, put my face on, did my hair. I got up a half an hour earlier than my kids. And when they came down for breakfast, I was in my best to greet them. Because after all, Lori, if we're going to get dressed up for a perfect stranger to look good, why wouldn't we do that for our own children? I went, wow. And she said I would get up, I would start breakfast, I put everything out for their lunches. They all pack their own lunches. See? So children need not be used as an excuse to start your day off right. I see my good friend Virginia Clark here today. Oh my gosh, this is such a powerful woman. Virginia, put up a comment so I can share you with the crowd. All right, so that's number one. Then the next thing I do is we're supposed to have lots of hydration. So I measure out in a pitcher 6 to 8 glasses of water. I get that out of my cooler. And this is another way I make it a great day. And then that water lands in my water jug throughout the day. So that at the end of the day, I'm lubricated, I'm hydrated. So what I'm talking about here is building routines. If you have certain things planned for each of your day, that's how you make it a great day. I've started since the snow has left. When I take my dog out in the morning, I used to just take him out the back step and down the path and to do his business. Now, because he's built up a little bit of winter fat, not just me, I walk him around our whole park. And guess what? I am benefiting. He is benefiting. And he loves, as soon as I say, we're going for a walk, he goes, oh. Because you see, animals are one of the things that he did for us during COVID was help us to maintain our routine. And when we don't have a routine, sometimes it's easy for us to get distracted. So yeah. So the next thing that I feel we need to do to have a great day, which is number 3, is to just slow down. Wow. We cannot smell the roses at breakneck speed. We cannot. It's just not possible. So we need to make it a great day, we just need to step back. And Virginia, you'll have to tune in on the first part of the show because I talked about how we were in an accident yesterday, which I know you know about, and how it was still a great day and how I managed that. So we need to slow down. It isn't going to matter at the end of the day if you scrubbed your toilets with a toothbrush today. It's just not going to matter. But you can keep your toilets clean. See what I'm saying? Routine is very, I'm not talking about in the box and you can't jump out of your box a lot to get things done, but just knowing that the basics of your life are routine. So if it's breakfast, then at 12 noon, it's lunch, if you eat lunch. And then I try to have dinner and supper all prepared and ready for 6 p.m. So we're not eating late in the evening because that's not good for us at all. So we develop a plan, we have a routine. Now, if things get in the way of that routine, then because we've had a routine, we have what it takes to deal with it. But if you're in chaos all the time, it's just more and more difficult to deal with the setbacks. So Virginia says, great advice. So who's Virginia Clark? Well, Virginia Clark lives in Lacombe County, Alberta. She's an addictions expert because she's been down that road. She's a parent. She's been down that road. She's an empowerment facilitator. She's lots of things. So Virginia, thank you so much for being here today. All right. Now, I read today on a post, which fit right into my presentation today, was that Queen Elizabeth II, you know, she lived to be 96. And there was a post about why she lived so long. And it's all about what I'm talking about. I had this already before I read the post. But the other aspect of her life is that she always had animals around her. Whether it was a horse or horses, she had her corgis, she had her cats. She always had animals. And what is it that animals do for us? Well, they actually feed that part of the brain that creates good feelings. There's four hormones that impact the brain, and petting animals and being around animals is one of them. And you know, I did not have a pet. I want to talk about this because I had the most beautiful little Lhasa Apso for years. And when I was no longer able to take care of him, I passed him off to my parents, and eventually they found a home for him. And I was not able to take care of him, so I handed him off. Then how I punished myself was I didn't have another pet for 30 years. I had forgotten how valuable they are to our health, to our mental health. And so we had an opportunity to semi-rescue a dog in my community, which some of you see the pictures on Facebook, Pride. And I have to say, that pet provided us with emotional stability, feeling good, feeling loved. When I go home, when I leave here today and I go home, he'll be up and down and so excited. What a great ego builder. And it doesn't matter if I'm gone for 5 minutes, if I'm gone for 5 days, I get the same reception. So number 4 is slow down. Number 5, if you've never considered having a pet, you might want to do that. And a lot of people go, oh, there's so much work. I'll have to feed them. I'll have to brush them off, take care of them. Yes, but the rewards are immense, and I'd highly recommend it. especially for us seniors. The less and less we get to go out, the more stimulation we need at home. And so a pet is a very good choice to do that. And so, number one, get up, have a time in the day when you're going to be all together, whether it's 8 in the morning or 9 in the morning. You're going to have your breakfast, your bed made. You're going to be dressed, have your face on, have your hair combed. That is so critical to our wellness. Building a routine. I measure out my water, just to repeat myself here, measuring out my water. Slowing down. This is a great way to have a great day. I was in the office this morning at 7:30. I had a client at 8 a.m. because we work in all different kinds of time zones. So we're working on the East Coast. So 8 o'clock in my time zone is 11 o'clock there. So we're working in all different kinds of time zones. And sometimes I'm in the office pretty early in the day. But I feel good about that because I know when 10 or 11 comes, I'll pack up the computer and I'll go home and have a lunch and relax at Ron time. So it's about pacing ourselves and slowing down. Another way to make it a great day is maybe consider a pet. It's not for everybody, that's for sure, but it sure helped us stay sane during COVID. We had no idea when we got that dog that COVID was right around the corner and we were going to need him bigger than ever because we couldn't visit people, we couldn't visit family. All right, another way to make it a great day is a random act of kindness. So you're at the local coffee shop and you see a couple of people at the counter. You're first at the counter and you go, you see those two people behind me? When they get to the counter, let them know their coffee's paid for. And then you let me know how much it is and I'll take care of it. A random act of kindness. I went to have a pedicure a while back, a couple of months ago now, and it's kind of like a new owner, and they're young, and they're from another country, Vietnam. And anyway, I had this pedicure. So I go to pay my bill, and you know there's that part of the point of sale where you can put in your tip. And so I put in a tip of $50. And this kid said, oh, no, that's too much. That's too much. He was excellent. He was amazing. I've had pedicures my whole life, and this was absolutely the best. And I said, no, you're worth it. Now, when I go there, I'm treated like royalty. I don't always give a $50 tip either. But a random act of kindness comes back to us in so many ways. I didn't do the tip to get that, but that's what you get back. You get back what you give out. So random acts of kindness, whether you're donating clothes to the Diabetic Association, but we need to be doing random acts of kindness with no expectations in return. That's how you make it a great day. And that happened yesterday when this young man ran into the back of our truck. I just looked at him and I said, you know what? Stuff happens. It's okay. We're not hurt. The trucks can be fixed. We didn't hurt anybody else. We have nothing to be concerned about. And he said, you're not angry? And I said, no. Stuff happens. He said, I wasn't paying attention. I said, that's okay. Now you've learned that, right? Now you've learned that. That's a good thing. And you're just young. So we have to look for the silver linings. So that was my random act of kindness yesterday, instantly forgiving this guy that ran into the back end of us. And then that's why I could have a great day. I wasn't harboring any resentment, bitterness, anger. So random acts of kindness, that supports us in having a great day. And it makes us feel so good. I can't always do that, but when I can, I do. Same with a server or my hairdresser. Sometimes I'll say to her, listen, I can't give you a tip today. And then other days I'll say, hey, guess what? Big tip today. See what I'm saying? Another way, and this kind of goes in with random acts of kindness, but gratitude and knowing that yesterday I came home from having that accident and I was so grateful that nobody was hurt. We can still drive our vehicle. We're insured. He's insured. We both went to the police and gave the same story, just trusting and believing that other people are also compassionate and caring. So gratitude, that helps us to have a great day. Totally. Oh, here's another one. You know how else to have a great day? Is make sure that we have laughter in our day. Laughter. Being able to see the humor in anything and everything. And even if somebody has passed away today that's close to us, if we really look at it, we can find the humor in who they were. Do you remember the time when we all put on those blonde wigs and pretended we were Dolly Parton? Do you remember that time that we all got dressed up and put the long gloves on and pretended we were Diana and the Supremes? We can always find laughter in every situation, but we have to look for it. We have to bring it up, put it out there. And I love reading funny posts and cartoons. I'm especially enjoying those dog ones right now because there's a site that shows dog humor, and it's actually the dogs who are addressing the humans in that experience. And some of them are hilarious. And one I saw last week was a guy and his dog on a couch, and they were visiting a psychiatrist. And the wife was sitting on the floor. And the psychiatrist says, well, Mary seems to think we have a problem. And the husband's not sure if they have a problem at all. But here's the wife sitting on the bare floor and the dog sitting on the couch. Okay, I could see the humor in that. I really could. Mm-hmm. Exactly. And I saw another one yesterday. This cartoon woman was in a mirror and she says, oh my gosh, my doctor today was telling me that I have the breasts of a 23-year-old. And the husband said, well, did he mention or notice your 60-year-old ass? And she says, no, you never came up in the discussion. I loved that. I thought that was hilarious. I'm hoping to put a smile on your face because we need laughter in our lives. Even when it's a bad situation, there's always humor. There is always humor. So making sure every day I have a really good chuckle or laugh. So if you want that, sign up for those posts that provide humor, or go to YouTube and find a good comedian and just give yourself the opportunity to have a belly laugh, because that helps to make it a great day. It's true. It is so true. And this morning I had my own belly laugh. I took our dog to the park, and we get a lot of deer there. Like there's 10, 12, 14 deer every night. And so the city hasn't come to clean it up yet, but the park is full of deer poop, patches of it. They poop in little beads and it's everywhere. And I thought, oh my gosh, I can't take the dog there. But I did this morning. I thought it's frozen. It's not going to stick to my boots. So I walked him in the park today. So when I got home, Ron was making breakfast and I said, do you remember that movie with Liam Neeson walking among the tombstones. And we've watched it a few times. It's a very good movie. And Ron said, "Oh, yeah, I love that movie." I said, "Well, I just spent a half an hour walking through the deer poop." See, sometimes we have to make up our own humor. And if we don't have a sense of humor, we don't see the fun in that. I could have said, I could have come home and said, "Oh my gosh, the deer poop over there is disgusting. And I sure hope the city comes and picks that up. I'm going to phone those guys today and make sure that, See, we have the option to go somewhere different than that. So laughter. Another way to make it a great day is to get outside. And we all have the luxury of doing that. So whether I'm living in a rural area and I have a beautiful acreage, if I'm living in the city and I'm fortunate I have this lovely park across the street, if I'm near the lake or water, a park, a beach, just get outdoors for 10 minutes. That's all it takes. It's really hard to get angry when you see a beautiful bird. It's really hard to stay angry when you're sitting in front of a pristine lake. We need to get outdoors. And when I'm walking my dog, I make sure I take in 10 deep breaths, because we are traditionally, particularly women, we're shallow breathers. What I mean by that is, rather than and when you breathe in deeply, you're actually replenishing the oxygen in your bloodstream. So when I'm walking my dog, I make sure that during that walk, I do 10 deep breaths, as long as it's not too cold or too freezing, because then that can create crystals on your lungs. So you don't want to do that. But if it's moderate temperatures, a bit below zero and at least above zero for sure, 10 deep breaths. That changes everything. So I usually put my finger on the side of my nose and I go, bring in the oxygen, get rid of the toxins, get rid of the carbon dioxide. And sometimes I do that 2-3 times a day. It's great for your skin, it's great for your lungs, it's great for everything. And imagine if 10 deep breaths was all it would take for you to feel better and have a great day. Wouldn't you try it? It's amazing. It's life-changing. It's life-changing. So walking in nature and taking in that air is so important. Another way that I make it a great day, and there'll probably be more than 10 by the time I'm done because I've lost count right now. All right. Another one is this is hard for us, especially if we're suffering with low self-worth, to celebrate our small successes. Okay, I'll be 74 in July, on July the 7th. And as I mentioned earlier, when I get up in the morning, I celebrate that. I'm so grateful to be alive. And so to me, that's a success. At the end of the day, if I've made 3 new contacts or called 3 different people, that's a success. If I've had coffee with a friend, that is success. We need to celebrate our successes. If I did something for someone else, like I know for a fact yesterday Virginia took her mom to Edmonton for some appointments. That's about helping others. And that's a huge way to have a great day. When we pass on or give on to others. It doesn't have to be a big thing. I have a neighbor next door. She's 84 and her daughter works all day. She lives with her daughter. And when I go to the mailbox or whatever, and she might come out the front door because she wants to have a chat, I always take time for that. Because I think about it. If that was my mom and she came out the front door and the neighbor was at the post office boxes, I would love it if that person stopped and talked to my mom. So being willing to give your time, it's nothing. It's like 5 minutes out of the day. But I walk away feeling great, and she walks away feeling empowered and encouraged, and let's go do tea sometime, let's whatever. It doesn't take much. People think that a great life is really complicated, and I have to have lots of money, I have to have a big house, I have to have a great job. No, it's not about that. Those are the byproducts when you do the stuff I'm talking about. You do the things I'm talking about, all those other things will come to you. It will attract it because of the energy. Being entertained. I don't know about you, but I love to be entertained. I love concerts. I love listening to musicians. I love listening to comedians. And when I was young and still living at home, I had this part-time job. And Carol Burnett, who's about to turn 90, her show, we're talking in the 70s, her show was on the air. So I'd get home from work in the evening, late at night, or my night classes, and I'd get on the bus and I would come home. My parents would be in bed. They were in the bedroom, right up over the living room. And I would turn, of course, the only TV we ever had on, and there was Carol Burnett, one of my heroes, one of my sheroes. And I would be laughing so hard, I'd wake up my parents. And that's how they knew I was home safely. It's, oh, Lori's home. Carol Burnett's on. I love to be entertained. What about you? I find my dog entertaining. I find young children around me entertaining. I find my nephew entertaining. Entertainment comes in many packages, but we all need to be entertained. Put my tunes on. Yeah, a movie. I love to be entertained. And that's part of what makes for a great day. So let's say you've had a really bad day, work has been really stressful, the kids have challenges, and just before you go to bed, you decide you need to be entertained because this has been a not great day. And you turn on, I would recommend a comedy. My gosh, we just recently watched the 2 movies called Murder Mystery with Jennifer Aniston and Adam Sandler. I like crime/comedy, and I had seen movie number 1. I had not seen movie number 2. So if you haven't seen that in a while and you want a few good laughs, oh my goodness, I loved it. We all need to be entertained, and that's what helps us to have a great day. And sometimes if I'm having a really kind of down day, stressed out, because I run a company and it's stressful sometimes, and people don't always do what I need them to do, and I could get all tied up in that, but I choose not to. And so at the end of the day, if I'm in my nightie and a nice hot cup of tea and I'm watching a funny movie, like how cool is that? It just brings us down. And the last one I want to talk about is having purposeful work. So many people are in jobs that they hate. I don't even want to tell you what the percentage is, way up there in the 90s. Because they're working those jobs because they need to pay the mortgage, they need to pay bills, they got kids to feed. I get it. But as long as we're in that space or we're caught in that trap, it's really hard to have a great day. So 38 years ago, I chose, I'm not going there anymore. I'm going to create my own work environment that I get to love and enjoy and be part of every morning. I come down to my office. This is my space. I love it. It's amazing. And my work is purposeful. What does that mean? Well, that means that what I do makes a difference. whether it's one person at a time, one family at a time, one community at a time. And recently I've been sharing with my team that I feel like the Italian, I'm just throwing spaghetti up against the wall and seeing what sticks. And I just keep throwing the spaghetti out there. So some of it comes back and some of it doesn't. And that's okay. But I can't do anything else because I don't know how to do anything else now. This is the only thing I know how to do, is get on here and talk for an hour hoping that somebody gets a message or somebody might change the way they're going because of it. This morning I did 3 workshops. Hopefully something changed because of that. Purposeful work, knowing that you're making a difference. And that could mean social work. It could mean being a nurse. It could mean being an incredible lawyer. It could mean, it doesn't really matter what you choose as long as it serves a purpose. Often when I go to Walmart, they'll say, thank you, for shopping. Thank you for shopping at Walmart. And since COVID, one of the things I've been doing is right back to them. I say, you're welcome. And I do this at the grocery store, the hairdresser, wherever I go. I say, thank you for being here. Thank you for showing up during COVID so we could have groceries. Thank you. And then that helps their work to feel purposeful. When they know that their work is making a difference, that's when we feel like we can have a good day. If I go tonight to stock shelves at a grocery store and somebody comes in shopping in the morning and they're so excited because the shelves are full, say thank you, because somebody spent their whole night away from their kids putting those groceries on the shelf so we could shop. We need to become aware of how much others make a difference in our lives. If it wasn't for that, we wouldn't be able to even buy groceries. I hear people all complaining and whining about the price of groceries. I'm going, we can get groceries. There are countries and communities that can't get groceries. Yikes. So, how to have a great day? There's so many ways to have a great day. Do something for yourself. Pamper yourself. Treat yourself. If you love having your nails done, go get them done. If you love having your feet pedicured, if you love having your hair done, if you love having a facial, if you love playing golf, do what you love, and you'll always have a great day. My guys out there who spent the whole day on the golf course, they've had a great day for many reasons. And last but not least is staying connected with people who care about you. Your family, your friends, deciding, who does actually care about me, and staying in touch with them. And also because you care about them. And oftentimes we don't get that back from the people that we want. I might love my sister or my brother or my mom, my grandma, but they can't give it back to you because they're not capable of that. And that's not really anything to do with us, but to keep loving them anyway. And in that way, I continue to have a great day. And the idea of a great day is to end it with no regrets, no resentments, no anger, no bitterness. Just know that we are in charge of having a great day, regardless of what just went down. It's our responsibility to have a great day, because that's why we're here. All right. Well, I'm Lori Davis, Dr. Lori Davis now. Excited because on June 17th, we have our convocation and we receive our certificates, and in Atlanta, Georgia. That is so exciting. And I'm going to get to see some of my family in the process on the East Coast, and making those plans, make every day great. I've got a big list. I've got a journal of what I need to have happen before that all happens. And we're streaming live right now on E360 TV. And the biggest favor you can do for me is to go to Self-Worth the Missing Link Superstars Facebook page and share the show. And I cannot, I'm a little bit blown away by the fact that people would just click a like and not click share. I don't get that. If you could share it and salvage someone or encourage someone, then we have a moral obligation to do that. If we have information that has value and other people need it, we have a moral obligation to share it. And if we're not sharing it, that's not acceptable, because that's not about making a difference. So pitter patter, let's get at her. Also, we have a YouTube page, Laurie Davis Show Host. I've had the YouTube page for quite a while, but just recently connecting the show to it because we can stream it live at the same time, which is really great. All right, let's see. Any other announcements? Yes, we have some retreats coming up. We are featuring in June and July a writer's retreat workshop. I have one of our beautiful team members, Sylvia Somerville, who's published 20 books, does her own illustrations, owned a publishing company, coming to do a writer's retreat for us in Alberta. She's awesome, and she'll stay all summer if she has to. So if you have a book in your mind that you want to get out there, then please contact me, because seats have filled up pretty much for those two, but we're going to be booking more. So just here's my contact info. If you have a book in your mind and you'd like to see it in the physical, then you probably need to be here. So let me know, and I'll give you details about the costs and what it takes. And I'm excited to be one of the first clients in this retreat, so that I can learn how to get my books out there full tilt, because I have about 20 of them also that I need to have published. All right, I'm Dr. Laurie Davis. Thank you so much for tuning in today. Thank you, Virginia, for being here in person. And let's share the show, because everybody needs to know ways to make it a great day. And the beautiful thing is, none of these things cost any money. Isn't that great? It's all free. It doesn't take much. Okay, bye for now. See you next week.